Hello everyone, this is Dominga and today I'm going to be presenting the reading for both the first and the second questionnaire. This is the first one. Another name for vocal organs is vocal tract. The role of the lungs in the speech is that of the initiator. They are the source of the airstream. Egressive means that the air comes out of the mouth. Ingressive means that the air flows into the mouth. Fortis, in this case, the muscular effort needed to drive the air out of the body is substantial. For example, sounds like and in Lenny's, little muscular effort is needed to drive the air out of the body. For example, sounds like z. In z, the larynx comes immediately on top of the trachea windpipe and is coextensive with it. The larynx holds the vocal cords, also called the vocal folds, made of elastic tissue incapable of movement. The vocal cords are elastic tissues placed in the larynx. They are joined at the front of the larynx at the level of the Adam's apple, and they are capable of movement horizontally. Their action is for the sake of articulation. The vocal cords can assume three configurations: open, closed, and narrow. When they are close to one another, the airflow sets them into vibration. The sounds articulated in this way are voiced. For example, sounds like b in z. When they're apart in this configuration, the airflow from the lungs is unimpeded. Accordingly, does not set them into vibration. When the vocal cords are not vibrating, the sounds articulated are voiceless. For example, sounds like pa, pa in the roof of the mouth is divided into three parts: the soft palate, the velum, the hard palate, and the alveolar ridge. Since the hard palate is not capable of movement, its role mainly is that of place of articulation. The velum is capable of assuming two positions: velum lowered, velic opening. The nasal cavity is available. There is some air in oral cavity, but is blocked at some given point of the articulation. The only passage available for the air is the nose. Therefore, the sounds articulated are nasal sounds. Velum raised or velic closure, the nasal cavity is shut. Accordingly, the only outlet available is the mouth. The sounds articulated this way are called oral sounds. The parts of the tongue are three: the tip, the blade, and the back of the tongue. The tongue actions in vowel. In this case, vowels. In the case of the vowels, the tongue can be raised to various levels. The difference between the vowel I and E, for example, is one of the tongue head. Different parts of the tongue might be responsible for the articulation of vowel sounds. The difference between the vowels I and U is based on the parts of the tongue involved, the back in U and the front in I. The tongue actions in consonant. In this case, different parts of the tongue are involved in consonant. The sound T, the tip of the tongue is used. In the sound of H, however, it's the back of the tongue that is involved. The tongue can assume various positions. One special case is the curling of the tongue backwards so that its underside faces the roof of the mouth. This is the case of the retroflex sounds like or. The three basic positions of the lips are spread, rounded, and neuter. The teeth participate in the production of the sound in the next three ways. Place of articulation. The teeth interact with the tongue in dental sounds. The teeth also interact with the tongue in interdental sounds. Sounds in which the tongue tip is produced between the upper and the lower teeth. They also participate in the displays of articulations like labiodentalization, in which case the lower tips made to move backwards to interact with the upper teeth.